What is going on, Bruchachi? Skits here, back with my 17th coffee talk. And when I say this one has zero itinerary, I mean this one has zero itinerary. All of these are built around the auction house and gold making. We still are doing that, but the market right now makes me so sad I want to cry into a pillow. So what I'm going to do during this coffee talk, during this session, is I'm going to have a Red Bull. I am going to go over everything that I have been making money on to this point right now. It is the 9th of August. The patch 7.3 is scheduled for the 29th. Let me double check that real quick. Again, this coffee talk is going to be very just here and there. I'm going to go over a lot of things. I'm going to look at my inventory. I'm going to go through my daily, nightly progression, and I'm going to make sure that everything I click on or talk about, that I actually go the extra mile. So those that have been here, you guys know what to expect. Those that have not, what these coffee talks are, or they're extended versions of my short and sweet World of Warcraft guides made for your commute, if you're going to work, coming back from work, if you're in the gym, if you have time to kill, if you're trying to ignore somebody and just get away, throw your earbuds in, put the coffee talk on, absorb the material. There's 16 others plus this coffee talk. You guys can go check out all of those. Great material. Basically what happens, the market changes, but the principal values and how you make gold and what you do to make gold are going to stay the same. So with that being said, sit back, relax, enjoy this coffee talk. I'm going to go over this in two sections, okay? So the first section is going to be what I'm doing now. Let's go over the prices, the current items, and then what I'm going to do, what I thought would be a good idea, whether it bores you guys or not, whether you know what's coming in the next patch or not. I'm going to go over the full profession and new items in patch 7.3. I'm going to cut my webcam off. We'll jump into it, but I wanted to make sure that you guys knew what only is going on now while the market is crashing. Why is it crashing? Why are prices dipping so low? And then we're going to split the video up into the second part, being basically what are we going to do in patch 7.3, what is coming, and what should we prepare for and stock up on. So sit back, relax. If you've enjoyed this intro, if you've enjoyed this coffee talk at the end, make sure to hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Let's jump into it, baby. All right, guys, let's quickly go over the rules to this coffee talk, right? There are no rules, but the itinerary, again, is so different that I'm going to go over this in two sections. The first being I'm going to catch you up with my gold, what's going on with the WoW tokens, we'll check the prices, we'll all cry, have a collective cry about how poopy McGee the auction house is, and then we will move on to patch 7.3 and what's to come. Again, August 29th is when everything is scheduled to drop. That would be around the 1 mark period of Legion's drop, right? So that's crazy. I would love Legion's first week or 2 week prices back. I mean, I would take it for a long weekend if I could get all of the prices back. I was selling Quick Dawn Lights for 4,900 the first week of Legion, and now I'm selling them for 49 gold. It's not that bad, but you guys are probably nodding your head right now being like, dude, what the hell happened to the auction house? Because it's terrible, okay? It's miserable. Okay, so right now, we have around 2.8 million gold. Oh, real quick, again, before we go into the second part, 7.3, and what's to come, this is made for your commute, obviously, if you're driving or you can't physically put your eyeballs on the screen. So I'm going to beat the information into you guys in the most polite way possible. I'm going to make sure you guys can get everything that I'm talking about without you physically looking at the screen. And without looking at the screen, I'm not going to include little wow head snippets or, you know, icy veins or any of the pictures, because all of this stuff is subject to change. I'm going to give you my rendition of the most updated August 9th, the most updated guide we have patch note wise for 7.3. I'm going to give you that, and I'm going to go over basically the new professions, the new items, all of the new juicy stuff. I'm so excited to farm and flip on the auction house. So boys, here we go. 2.8 million gold. I had about 3.4 million last week. We decided to just do a little mini prep. I'll check the WoW tokens here, and they're going for 144,000 gold. So we made a great decision before patch 7.3. About a week and a half ago, I bought up 10 of these. So if I right click any of my WoW tokens here and want to add more money to my Blizzard balance, I physically can't. It won't go over. You cannot choose this option because your Blizzard balance $110 is near or at the maximum. Okay, so we're good on Blizzard Blizzard balance. Say that 5 times fast. I'm definitely going to pick up Destiny 2. I might put out content and or stream that, so let me know just briefly your opinions on that. It is coming to Battle.net, and we can pay for it just like the rest of the games on Battle.net with WoW Gold. So for those of you that did not know that and you're just, the light bulb went off in your head, that's why no matter what's going on content-wise in World of Warcraft, there's always a great market and a great need for me to get on, just so I can make gold and fund not only WoW, but all the other games I play, but just to make sure that you guys never have to pay for anything on Battle.net ever again. It's the best thing when I go live every night at 7 o'clock at night on the East Coast. People are popping in being like, Skits, dude, I haven't paid for WoW or Overwatch loot crates or Heroes or anything in any other game Battle.net related because of your gold guides, and that means the world to me. Bigger than any subscription or any $5 donation or whatever. That is why I put out content on my YouTube channel and live stream for you guys. That's awesome, awesome, right? So we have 2.8 million gold. We have our WoW time, our game time paid up for, let's just have fun. Let's just add another couple days of game time, another month. So our game time is paid up until almost Christmas here. And we have 2.8 million gold, and our Battle.net balance is stocked up. So let's go check the auction house again. 0 itinerary. I'm just going to go through and click through what I usually sell and what I have been selling currently. Quick Dawn Lights. Let's just go through gem by gem, boys. Okay, shall we? So let's go uncut, or let's just go cut first. Let's just make this as least painful as possible because the uncut are going to be even miserably cheaper than the cut. So Masterful Shadow Rubies are going for a little bit over 1,000 gold. Just wow, great job right there, Blizzard. Okay, Quick Dawn Lights, they're going for around 1,300 plus, which is at like really, really unusual because they have been plummeting below 1,000 gold all week long. In really the last 2 weeks. And again, I will go over why the auction house is doing this, and I'll explain in the second part of this coffee talk the new materials and how they're affecting what's going on right now. So real quickly, I'm going to relist all of my gems. Another great side point, teaching point. It's one thing to make gems or to make enchants or to make anything that you're crafting profession-wise and list it. It's another to babysit it, at least for a little bit. If there's great prices or you have a window of 30 minutes or an hour where the prices are way different from where they usually crash to, you need to not only list your items, but you need to babysit them and make sure that they're the cheapest ones up there, and just kind of monitor them and keep it that way. Okay, Quick Dawn Light's miserable. Let's move into our lesser quality gems. Masterful Shadow Ruby and Quick Dawn Light were around 1,000 and 1,300. Deadly Eye of Prophecy, I don't even want to look at. Okay, I have over 1,000 uncut and another 100 plus that are cut. They're going for around 600 gold right now. Again, I'm going to give you all the prices and details in case you guys cannot look at the screen. So those are going for around 600 gold. Miserable. Even worse, the versatile Maelstrom Sapphires, you guys are going to cry, but you guys already know. The blue gems of every expansion in Legion are just miserable. So while this is scanning, let me get a quick drink here of this Red Bull. Not like I need it. And as you can see here, the versatile Sky Stones, after 4, 3, 2, 1 more page, are going for... my goodness, I typed the wrong thing. I should have narrowed my search. 213 gold, boys. So miserable. Almost as miserable to the point, great teaching point here, where you can buy these, guys, because they're already crafted with the blood. And if they dip below 200 gold, 100 gold, and people are just chucking them up here, buy them up and obliterate them. I think you only get 30 to 35, maybe 40 per. But guys, if Obliterum spikes in a weird way, which it may or may not do, I'm stocking up. Not stocking up, but I have almost 3 million gold. If you guys have 100K or 200K, I wouldn't put all of your, chips on Obliterum spiking, but with the new changes, again, I'll go over in patch 7.3, Obliterum might spike, because not only are new changes happening profession-wise, but with any new patch, a lot of players that put their characters and their accounts on ice come back to see what's going on, okay? So make sure you have Obliterum on deck. I have about 14, or excuse me, the price of Obliterum now is about 1,400 per. And again, I'll go over why that is. It's steadily crashing, but there's a lot of people that are using enchanting, jewel crafting like I did with the head to tail video, my last coffee talk, and they're making a lot of Obliterum. They're crafting with leatherworking and obliterating those. So there's a lot of things going on with Obliterum, and now is honestly the perfect time to make it for yourself and not necessarily sell it. So what do I mean by that? My favorite thing to do as a jewel crafter enchanter kind of combo, again, the last coffee talk, if you guys have not seen that, I go over that fully, but let's do it right now, okay? So I'm gonna open up my jewel crafting tab here. We do not have any fell slate to mass prospect, so we're gonna change that. I was gonna just do a small prospect, but let's just go buy some random stuff so I can show you what I physically do, okay? So I go to the auction house, I'm gonna go and I'm going to buy some fell slate, right? And this is why I'm kind of making Obliterum for myself. It's below 20 gold per. I've seen it dip below 15 gold per, and it's starting to get, you know, fell slate is the new laystone. And when the new materials come out in 7.3, all of the new herbs and things you can mine and skin, I'll go over that in the second half of this coffee talk. All of this is going to dip even lower. That's my opinion. Either that, or it might spike up a little bit because it will be less farmed. And that's another thing. People are always like, what are you going to do when patch 7.3 drops? I'm always like, I have enough gold that I'm going to make everybody go out and do the dirty work, the hard work, farm, make this, make that, you know, primal Obliterum. I'll go over a bunch of stuff coming in patch 7.3 again later on. But I might just sit on the auction house and just flip all the materials that people are, you know, buying up. Either that, or I might, you know, make a pot of coffee and go out and mine until my eyes shut. So there's all kinds of, you know, different things you can do in patch 7.3, but boys and grills, the best thing about this is there's something new to do. I think a lot of people can agree that WoW, back in the day, I always say this, but back in the day, there was so much content that you had to visit. You could not level 1 to 110 with heirlooms and leveling potions and never touch, you know, 90% of the entire World of Warcraft map. Now you can just sit in dungeons all day long and level up and get carries by a 101 twink and be, you know, 110 in a day, literally. So back in the day, you had to farm different areas, you had to go through, leveling was a lot longer, but it actually made it worth it because you put your eyeballs on all of the content that WoW had to offer. So a little bit of a sidecar conversation, but I think that when the new material comes out, a lot of people just enjoy not only the new content, but they enjoy the new nodes to mine, the new stuff to herb and to mill and you know, inscription and all of the stuff that comes with it. It's just brand new. After grinding artifact power until your eyes bleed and running tomb, you know, you're either in a progression guild and you're on a set schedule, or you're just over opening up your world map and looking at more artifact power and more artifact power. We need new stuff. We need a lot of new stuff to just keep us hungry, keep the auction house hungry, the economy, and to keep it moving. So WoW tokens, again, guys, are 144,000 gold. I think they're going to go up with this next patch. I know the next expansion, it's not too close, but the hype and the lore and all of the excitement around the new expansion, or just the talk, always drives the WoW token price up. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you you grab a couple WoW tokens before patch 7.3 drops at least, because I definitely see them going up and up and up and up. So, okay, let's go back to what we were about to do. Fell slate. We're gonna buy fell slate, and I'm gonna show you what I do now on a day-to-day basis. So let's buy this stack of 5, and let's just look at all these 18 stacks of 200, guys. 19 gold per fell slate are my prices. Some of you are going to comment on this video and be like, dude, Skits, my prices are absolutely miserable. And I'm curious. The Undermine Journal, all of the statistics I can see for myself, but I'm actually curious what you guys are selling, what you're not selling, what you sold before for a lot of gold that now has just tanked. So make sure you guys throw a bunch of comments in the description below, and we'll get talking about preparing, and not only preparing, but what's to come and what we expect the auction house to do and everything else. So we bought Fell Slate, okay, and now we're going to open up our jewel crafting tab here. We're going to mass prospect 20 Fell Slate. You guys don't have to look at the screen. You can if you want. I'm going to pop all of my healing cooldowns like I usually do for RNG purposes, and I'm going to create all. Okay, so right now, 5 Dawnlight. 5 Dawnlight. Of course, Blizzard Entertainment would give me back-to-back 5 procs of Dawnlight and 2 Pandemonites, 5 Shadow Rubies, only 2 more Dawnlights, only when the prices are booty cheese sandwich, 3 more Pandemonite. Maelstrom Sapphires, Sky Stones, Gem Chips, all kinds of stuff mixed in here, boys. Okay, so what are we going to do with this now? Now, we're going to check the price of the gems. Majority of them are terrible, right? But if you can outsource your uncut gems, again, if you can outsource your uncut gems, find another jewel crafter in trade chat, they can cut all of these gems, right? You did the hard work. You prospected the Fell Slate, you bought the Fell Slate, you have the gems, but do you really want to use all of your hard-earned bloods, especially before they're needed for the Primal Obliterum in patch 7.3? Do you really want to use all of your bloods now? The answer is no. You want to get another jewel crafter to make all of these gems for you, because then you can just dump them on the auction house at those dirt prices and not feel bad about it. You can liquidate your stock, get rid of your old gems before the new gems, and you can still make a pretty penny. Not as great. You guys have to get over the fact that they once sold for 5K and they now might sell for 500 gold. There's always going to be new materials. It's just WoW currency. There's always going to be new opportunities to make new gold. And the worst thing you could do is hoard a bunch of old items and just wait and wait and wait, and they're just going to get worse and worse and worse. So we mass prospected the Fell Slate. We got all of these gems, and now we're going to do this. I'm not going to do all of this fully for you guys because I'm just going to give you an example, but our Zunite loop, Deep Amber loop, Queen's Opal loop, Skystone loop, all of these cost 1 Chaotic Spinel. That's like the main ingredient once you get rank 3. And then any of these lesser gems. So 2 Zunite, 2 Deep Amber, 2 Queens, or 2 Skystone loops. So let's just make a couple Skystones right here. Let's make 10. And while I'm making these, I have a Disenchant macro. So what I'm going to do is make these rings, and I'm going to disenchant them for bloods, for all kinds of great stuff. I will show you as we do this here. So we made 10 Skystone loops. Now I have a disenchant macro, a mouse over macro you can see right here. If not, I will put it in the description below after this coffee talk. If you want it and you do not see it, please be like, Skits, what are you doing, bro? I need the DE macro. I would try to put it in. So I'm gonna hit the DE macro. Anything I mouse over while I hit it is going to DE these items, and it's giving you ley light shards, which you can break down into Arcana, and also a chance at Chaos Crystals and bloods. So basically what you have done is you have manipulated this market in kind of a nose to tail, which I used in the 16th coffee talk, but you're prospecting for the great gems to craft and sell, and all of the lesser quality gems you are now recycling back into enchanting. You're DEing them, getting the materials that you need back. So after you make all of the loops, I go down and I make all of the pennants, right? It doesn't take any of the Chaotic Spinel, and once you run out of those, you have to scroll down here and start making the pennants. Queen's Opal pennant, Deep Amber pennant, Azunite, and Skystone pennant. You can make those and then DE those, also giving you ley light, Chaos Crystals, and bloods. The bloods you can use or save, which I recommend for patch 7.3. The only time I would use your bloods is if Saber's Eyes or some random gem, you can maybe make 5 or 10. I would make them as they're selling. Don't go out there and make 700, versatile Maelstrom Sapphires because the market got reset real quick and then it just crashes. You want to save your bloods, and most importantly, you want to outsource your bloods to other jewel crafters. So what I usually do is, in trade chat, looking for jewel crafter, PST, please send tell, and then usually a comma, and I put any level. Doesn't matter, because a lot of people get wrapped up in I need a 800 jewel crafter or a 780 or 750 jewel crafter. Guys, when you learn Legion jewel crafting, you can make all of your quick Azunite, or excuse me, your quick Dawnlight, Masterful Shadow Rubies. You can make all of these at a low level, and you can get a lot of points, leveling up points, profession-wise for that. So sometimes when people whisper me back with their jewel crafting and they're like level 100 with all of the, you know, things that I need that are orange, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna help you out, you help me out, you know, I'll level you up and you can cut some gems. People don't understand the value of their bloods, so it's very important to outsource all of your uncut gems to other people to cut. I always tip them, but I never bring up the price. You know, I just say I need a couple gems made for me and my guildies, or me, I'm going on a run later or whatever, and then I ask how many bloods they have. I never bring up how much per or this or that, because honestly, more times than not, I've gotten into a, you know, predicament, not a predicament, but a situation where someone's cut 100 or 200 gems with their 300 or 200, 100 bloods, and then after, you know, we open up the trade window, they close it, or they try to trade it back without me tipping them anything, because they honestly, whatever they like to do in the game warrants them a lot of bloods in the process, and they have no idea that the economy is this booming, or people are watching Skit's Coffee Talks because he's the best ever NA shaman in the world. In my apartment, at least. I'm the best shaman in my apartment. And there's only 3 people in here. I think I'm the only one that plays WoW. Seriously though, boys, get your gems cut by other people. Get all of your gems cut by other people, at least right now. Do not cut your own gems before 7.3. Okay, moving on to Obliterum. That is how I make a majority of my Obliterum, through jewel crafting. So again, we took the Fell Slate, we prospected it, we made all of our rings in our necks, right? So we can, excuse me, not our rings in our necks, but our rings and our, yes, I'm sorry, rings and our necks, all of our pendants and all of our loops. We made those, we DE'd them with all of the chaos crystals and the Leylight shards. I make right now with enchanting all of my bindings, right? Permanently enchant a ring. All my ring enchants takes 4 chaos crystals and 35 arcana. Once you rack up enough chaos crystals, or we have all of the materials that we need without any bloods, we always are checking the auction house for cheap chaos crystals. This is the only thing that I'm mass buying if they're under around 200 gold. I mass buy those. I take them all in enchanting, and you can make either the haste, mastery, versatility. It's all the same mat cost. You're not selling the enchants. You can if the prices are popping off, but when you obliterate all of these, it gives you an average of 133 Obliterum. So about Obliterum, 1 Obliterum, and a third of an Obliterum, just for making 1 binding. So again, guys, to put it into perspective, you're prospecting to get all of these quality gems, Dawnlight, Eye of Prophecy, Shadow Rubies, and then you're gonna sell those cut, but with other jewel crafters' bloods, and then with all the other scrap materials, you're making Obliterum. So it's a win-win. And I know the prices are terrible, boys, but it's better to make gold than to sit on it for a rainy day thinking that they might come back up, and then you're just, you know, kind of stuck. So that is currently what's going on with gems and Obliterum. Right now with the gem chips and the cooking materials, it's kind of the same situation. As long as there's cheap Fell Slate and cheap starting gathering materials, everything else kind of follows. Everything else is less expensive because the bottom of the food chain is super expensive, if that kind of makes sense. So Fell Slate again is sub 20 gold per. I'm gonna check Saber's Eye real quick here, and these are all kind of disgusting as well. One has spiked. Saber's Eye of Agility has spiked to about 8k, excuse me, so I might, if any of the Saber's Eyes that I make, I'm actually about to make 6 of the Agility and put these up. So you always are waiting. I had a couple Saber's Eyes pre-cut, and then we're gonna see if we can list these up and get these to sell before the market crashes again. Recommendations for a crashing market. A lot of people always say, yo, Skits, I've been selling this and this at 1,000 gold, and some guy came up and just undercut me by 500 gold, and now he's selling his for 500. It happens a lot because typically the market that you were in, nobody knew how expensive the mats were, and people just didn't care to buy the end game cost item, not knowing what it took to make that. But the gentleman or the lady that usually undercut you probably spent 480 gold making that item, and they listed it for 500 just for no odd reason. People are ridiculous, and sometimes I just, hold on to my items and I don't feed in to a dying auction house. So I'm gonna hold on to my Obliterum unless it spikes. I might pretty stack it and put it in stacks of 5, deep down in here, but I was selling those above 2K, and of all of the things that are changing, Obliterum is changing, but there's still going to be a high need, I think, for Obliterum in patch 7.3. So I would hold on to a couple hundred, maybe 100, 200 Obliterum, and save it for a rainy day just to see what's up. Because worst case scenario, you're going to get rid of it at the same price. I cannot see it just diving the entire way down, because with all the new stuff coming in patch 7.3, a lot of people are going to have their times, or their hands full, with doing all of the new material, the quests, farming reputation for the new plans, all kinds of like craziness, and it'll leave a couple markets open. So just be mindful of that, and make sure you guys are ready for patch 7.3. So I'm going to take a minute here to pull up the patch notes for 7.3. I'll have a little intermission with Red Bull, and then we'll pick up with what's coming, most importantly, in patch 7.3. I'm so excited for new materials. Let's jump right into it. All right, boys and girls, let's jump right into our profession changes and our new materials in patch 7.3. Argus, again, guys, a lot of these items, pronunciation-wise, are going to be so miserable, you're going to cringe. I looked up a lot of these. I was like Googling the pronunciation. Half of these aren't even words, so if I mispronounce any of these, you guys are going to understand what it is, not from the pronunciation, put it that way, okay? So new materials. Obliterum, Primal Obliterum is coming, guys. It's going to be created using our old Obliterum and our Primal Sargonite. So basically what that is 25 bloods are going to make a primal blood pretty much, and then that combined with an Obliterum is going to make a primal Obliterum, okay? Primal Sargonite is the new basically blood of Sargeras, okay? And you can acquire it, from my understanding, through alchemy transmutes, a lot of the new Argus world quests, and some gathering professions too. Also, there's going to be a new shoulder enchant called the Boon of the Light Bearer, and that's going to allow you to loot the Primal Sargonite. Again, pronunciation on all of these is going to be so miserable, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about through me explaining it. That's going to be the new Primal Obliterum and basically the new blood change. The herbs, there's going to be a new herb in patch 7.3 called the Astral Glory. Awesome, awesome news. More stuff to farm and to make crafting wise. New ore, my favorite. A new ore was added, and a lot of great stuff coming with that. Imperium. Also a new mining pick. So the Crow Cool mining pick was added. That's going to allow you in all of Legion to mine nodes faster. So with the new Imperium, there's a lot of different quests relating to your guys' professions. You'll have the dust, the bits, deposit chunks, cores, ore, and other chunks depending on, jewel crafting or enchanting or engineering, blacksmithing, so on and so forth. So more importantly, what are we doing when we mass prospect and we're allowed to mass prospect the Imperium ore now? New gems. Awesome. I'm so excited new gems are coming, at least for the first month, okay? So new gems for each color were added, and you can cut them, the new epic gems, with a jewel crafter, obviously, okay? So here they are. Camarine, Argulite, Lightsfane, Labradorite, I don't even know what, Labradoodle Retrieverite, ridiculous names, Labradorite, Florid Malcolite, and Hesseline. So those are the new 6 gems that are coming, one again for each slot for each color slot. And from my understanding, they're going to be 2 stat gems, 250 stat plus a primary stat. That's from my understanding. So that's why, perfect teaching point, you guys see Fell Slate diving and diving and diving. Everybody is prepping for all of the old gems to be done with and all of the new gems to come in. So it's not clear that the Saber's Eyes will be completely useless, because I'm not sure how many gems you can socket, how many you can't socket, whether you can craft all of these new gems and socket all of them, or, you know, what's really to come. So if you guys have data mined or have more material on that, please let me know, because if all of these 6 new gems can be socketed and have better stats than all of the current gems, then everything that's on the auction house now is going to be completely useless in 2 weeks. So that's why a lot of the prices are crashing on your realm with the gems and the ore. Your cloth and the hides that are coming. New materials for tailors and leather workers, both in patch 7.3. The fetish leather and the light weave cloth. That's what's coming for tailors and leather workers. Again, a new cloth and a new leather. New crafting recipes. I'm not going to go through all of them, the different ranks, but alchemists, they're getting a new alchemist stone. It's going to use the old alchemist stone in the recipe, and then again, you guys will rank up in different tiers of that. Also, alchemy is getting transmute. The primal sangranite, again, that I said before, it's going to take 25 bloods to turn into a primal sargonite. Spelling, pronunciation on that, boys, somebody. So that is going to be used not only for a lot of the new materials in patch 7.3, but this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to stock up on your bloods now, especially on your alchemist. From my understanding, it's going to be a once a day cooldown, almost like we had with the old alchemist in the Trillium and Living Steel market. If you guys played back in the day a little bit, what you could do is you could use your daily cooldown, but if you used a lot extra of a material, you could keep transmuting the new primal over and over and over again. It would just cost that many more materials. So we don't know yet whether we can mass produce this or it'll be a once a day kind of thing. Okay, the Astral Healing Potion is also coming for Alchemist. It's a new powerful healing potion, and again, you can rank that up to rank 2 and rank 3. I'm assuming it's going to cost a couple of the new Astral Glory in the new Astral Healing Potion, obviously. So that's alchemy taken care of. Let's move on to blacksmithing, okay? To learn how to craft an Imperial Breastplate, you can now complete a couple quests it's going to put you on, but your Imperium ore is going to get crafted, and you're going to make a bunch of different stuff for blacksmithing: breastplates, chest plates, back plates, all kinds of great stuff, and also a Fell Slate anchor, which blacksmiths can make. It's going to be really sweet, and basically what it does is you can attach an anchor to your boots, allowing you to fall underwater. Okay, so if something's in the bottom of the ocean or you want to get down there quicker, you can put an anchor on your boots and it'll just basically take you down to the bottom of whichever abyss you'd like to check out. Okay, that's going to be the blacksmithing changes. And again, a lot of the new primal sargonite is going to be used in blacksmithing. Cooking. Okay, a new feast was added to cooking. It's called Feast of the Fishes. That's going to be more commonly used items or crafting items in that are going to be your queenfish, your cursed queenfish, your mossgill perch, high mountain salmon, storm ray, rose scale koi, and your black barracuda. All of those fish, if you want to stock up on those now, are going to be used for the new fish feast. So again, it's called Feast of the Fishes, created by Nami, who's also getting a facelift. He's going to stop burning shit, long story short. So all of these materials, again, guys, can be changed before the patch goes live. Hopefully they change some of the names so skits can read real good. Enchanting. A new formula is coming called Chaos Shatter. It's going to break down your Chaos Crystals into Leylight Shards, okay? So sometimes if you have a lot of Chaos Crystals, you can break down to Leylight Shards and do a lot of different shuffles with that. And you can also craft some of the lesser quality enchants that are sometimes selling better because of their popularity. People forget about them. Engineering is getting a gravitational reduction slipper that's going to allow you to jump further away from anybody and take you take more fall damage, but you basically are allowed to jump like, you know what I'm saying, like a Olympic just track star. It's crazy. Also, a new wormhole generator is coming for Argus. You can put up a new wormhole generator that teleports you to some random location, as usual, what the wormholes do in Argus. Let's move on to fishing, boys. Patch 7.3 also added a lot of new fishing reputation rewards. There's Corbin's Beacon. There's Trawler's Totem. Again, there is the fish, or the Feast of the Fishes is added as a reward. During your fishing, new bobbers are coming. If you're lucky, you could fish up a pond nettle. There's all kinds of new mounts, a phantom dweller, and all kinds of great stuff. Achievement-wise, I think it's called Underlight Angler, is also going to be brand new. You're going to scoop up an Underlight Emerald. It's rewarded with your friendship with the new fishing faction, I believe. The Fisher Friend of the Isles is the new fishing faction. Jeez, on Argus. So make sure you guys check that out if you like fishing. There's definitely a cool new mount coming with that. Inscription always kind of took the back seat to everything, but you can now mill the new Astral Glory all at once. Mass milling is coming to patch 7.3. Almost like mass prospecting, you can now mass mill. Finally. A couple priests and paladins are getting new cosmetic glyphs. I'm not going to go too much into that, but new glyphs are new gold opportunities for inscription, because anytime you guys have T-Mog items or anything new that you can throw up on the auction house, they always sell relatively well. Let's save our jewel crafting for last. I'll go into leatherworking and tailoring, and then I'll hit my specialty. So leatherworking is now going to get a new craftable shoulders, okay? Using the new primal, you're going to be able to craft new shoulders. You can also rank up those recipes. So all the new recipes, rank 1, 2, and 3, are traditionally going to come from a quest line, getting the original recipe. Majority of them for rank 2, I believe, are reputation based, and then a rank 3 is going to be a boss drop, I believe. So leatherworking, some new shoulders, and again, you're going to get rank 1 recipes from a quest. Rank 2 is your Army of the Light. That's the new faction. You need Revered. And then rank 3 is going to be a boss in Argus. Tailoring. New craftable legs. Again, using the new primal. So again, guys, a lot of bloods are going to be used in all of these new materials. All these new faction changes, profession changes. A lot of people are going to be making all of the items in their niche market, right? If you're a tailorer, if you've been a tailorer for 2 years, through Legion, through World of Warcraft, you're obviously, when patch 7.3 drops, I bet you're going to make the tailoring, you know, aspect of whatever new stuff is dropping. So keep that in mind. And again, if you guys can stock up on your bloods, that would be very beneficial, at least on your alchemist. And then every other character is just going to be extra and just extra helpful, okay? Tailoring, again, new craftable legs using the new primals. They're going to be called the Light Weave your breeches. The recipe has 3 ranks. Again, quest, Army of the Light Revered, and then a boss. So again, all of the main professions, quest, reputation, and then a boss. So if nothing else, if you have nothing else to do when patch 7.3 drops, go out and start farming. If the Army of the Light is farmable reputation, get out there and farm. Last, but certainly not least, jewel crafting. We're going to get mass prospect for our Imperium. It's going to prospect a lot of Imperium at once, just like Fellslate, just like Laystone, and we get our new gem cuts, okay? So we have to do a quest called a Colorful Key. That's going to give us our Masterful Argulite, our Quick Light Sphere, our Versatile Labrador Retriever Gem, our Deadly Deep Camarine, and then that's going to give us those cuts. Also coming to jewel crafting are some cosmetic pieces, but very useful crowns. So a new crown-based headpieces are going to be from a follow-up quest with a colorful key. It'll give us a crowning achievement, and which are so sick, guys, for transmog. They're so sick. There's going to be a cosmetic crown, a deep crown, an elemental crown, and a titan crown. And it's important to note that a lot of these are going to be for all of the class types: cloth, leather, mail, plate, right? So however jewel crafters can do it, patch 7.3, we can take down these hard gems and slice them up, and then we can make cloth out of them. Okay, I'm not asking questions, Blizzard. It's just kind of weird, but I'm with it. Maybe we're more eco-friendly to turn hard diamonds into a cloth crown. But without further ado, I think that about covers just the profession changes in 7.3 and the new items. This coffee talk was very, very just here and there, but the reason why a coffee talk didn't come out on the YouTube channel before is because there was not any new material I was comfortable bringing you guys. If anything goes out on my YouTube channel, I make sure it's quality content, or at least something is in it that you have not heard before. And if that happens, then I'm doing my job correctly. I'm not going to put a video out of me jumping in Stormwind, or me opening up crates, or me showing you getting a legendary, or any of that kind of stuff. From now on, our quest to 10,000 plus subscribers and moving on into 100K and above, I want to only put out videos that are short and sweet, regardless of the coffee talks, and I want to make sure that the content is worth your while. So if any new material benefited you in this coffee talk, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I will quickly go over and pan over to my main screen. I love you guys to death. Snapbacks are on sale. That's the last of the batch of snapbacks before they go out. My live stream, twitch.tv/itskits, every single night but Tuesday. I'm there. Pop in, request a song. We go over all kinds of great stuff on the channel. You guys can ask questions. They're never annoying. I am fully invested in you guys, in the YouTube channel, in my Twitch stream, in content, in World of Warcraft. So if you have any new ideas, recommendations, if you want to just pop in and say hello, feel free to do that. Everybody's really, really chill. We've built our stream and our YouTube channel off of good vibes and good vibes only. If this video helped, make sure to click the subscribe button right over there. And don't forget to share it with your friends and make sure they're prepared for patch 7.3. I am so excited for the patch. I love you guys so, so much, and I can't wait to get out there and farm blindly and just go nuts. I'll see you in the next coffee talk. I will see you in the next short and sweet World of Warcraft video. Cheers. I'm out of here. Love you. Peace.